nights when the mind keeps moving, even when the room grows still, and thoughts circle in soft loops that once helped you care for the day, that once kept things steady and tended, and now continue out of habit, kind and loyal in their own way. The mind reviews, it revisits, it holds threads you have carried with grace for years, and it does this because you have lived with care, because you notice what matters, because you understand the weight and warmth of responsibility. Nothing urgent is needed here, not in this quiet. You are allowed to rest without sorting or shaping. Let the pace soften as the night gathers around you with the gentle, steady hush. Let the edges blur, and let long-held thoughts know they are safe to settle for a while. The room is calm, and you are not alone in this tender, unhurried pause. Now the night is wide and kind, and the room holds you in soft darkness that does not press, that only welcomes. The hush is steady, and far away a light wind moves with no demand. A distant murmur that does not call for you, that simply proves the world is gentle when we let it be. There is a faint sense of space, as if the walls have softened and the ceiling has lifted, and the air sits still and calm with notes of quiet that feel like a blanket smoothed by careful hands. Thoughts arrive as soft strands, familiar and fine, and they can rest on a wide, steady surface like threads laid out on a smooth table that does not ask for weaving tonight. Each strand can lie down. Each strand can keep its shape without being pulled through a pattern. You are not keeping watch. You are being kept. The room holds you with patient ease. There is a muted glow somewhere, gentle and indirect, softening the edges of everything it touches. Corners are kind, shadows are calm. The space feels aired and simple, like a place that knows the art of quiet company. The floor under you is sure. The covers are warm and close, shaped to your form, supporting without effort. Nothing presses for an answer. Nothing waits with a clock in hand. Time opens like a quiet field, broad and slow, with a path that is not a path, only a calm stretch where footfalls are optional and the ground itself offers rest. The mind may set another thought down and then another, the way you might place smooth stones along a sill, each one granted a place without need for rank or reason. If a thought wants to linger at the edge, it may. If it drifts, it drifts. The night is the caretaker now, and it is kind. It lets each idea become less bright, less sharp, as though covered by a thin cloth that softens the light and leaves only the shape, a shape that grows simpler with every breath that passes. You are not forcing quiet, you are allowing it. The hush is the steady water of the room, and thoughts are small leaves that rest upon it and are carried without splash or sign of struggle. In this place, outcomes and choices can wait without losing their place in your life. They rest on a shelf that will still be there later, unchanged, ready, and patient. The shelf is broad, and the night knows where it stands. The air feels even, neither cool nor warm, just held at a gentle middle. Fabrics lie in soft folds. The bed supports like level ground. Somewhere, a wall carries a faint whisper of the world outside, but it is far and softened, rounded at the edges until it is little more than texture, a background tone that settles the heart without asking it to match its pace. Now the glow dims a little more, not disappearing, only easing, as if the light itself understands that the night is already doing its work. The room answers by becoming quieter still. Your presence in this space is enough. No task waits here. No story needs resolving. The night is not a test. It is a cradle for thought, a broad arm of darkness that knows how to hold without clinging. The feeling of being unhurried stretches a little farther, like a deep exhale that continues past where you expected it to stop, and finds even more room, and then more, until tension has no shape left to keep. The surface beneath your thoughts is steady, like a table that never trembles, and so the mind need not grasp. It may set down the weight and let it be. If a glimmer rises, it softens. If a memory approaches, it takes its time and then chooses to rest on the near horizon, where it is present but not calling. The night, patient and generous, clears gentle space without ceremony. And here, in this even hush, you can feel the truth that nothing needs shaping or solving. Not in this hour, not in this steady dark. The quiet is already tending to everything, slowly, kindly, holding what you have carried while you are held safely within it. Let the day lie down beside you without review, without tally, without the old custom of weighing one thing against another, and allow its many pieces to rest as they are, unarranged and unjudged, like pages set gently back into a book that can close without a sound. The hours did what hours do. They moved through you and around you, and they may still glow faintly in the mind, yet even that glow can soften, the way light fades behind a curtain that meets its fabric with care. Thoughts can pass like slow shadows along a quiet wall, their shapes present, their movement easy, never asking to be named, only drifting with the mild patience of night. You do not need to gather them. You do not need to send them away. They come, they go, they blur at the edges until they are only tone, and then even the tone loosens and settles into the hush that already fills the room. Rest does not ask for proof. It does not stand at a door and require an account. It opens because you are here, because this is the season for softness, because the body knows the honest comfort of being unhindered by choice or duty. The day can sit quietly nearby, a guest with good manners, content to be present without conversation, content to be held by night's calm hands. When a thought stirs, it can move more slowly than before, as if thickened by gentleness, each turn becoming rounder, each corner easing. It may trace the familiar path of care that has guided you for years, and even so, it can learn the new shape of quiet, which is only the permission to pause. The pause is wide. It holds what arrived and what will arrive, and it holds you as well, with no expectation. The rhythm here is soft and unhurried, a steady lengthening that meets the mind where it stands and simply stands with it, offering the even company of silence. The night understands how to carry weight without remark. It knows how to cradle what you have tended, and it offers that same cradle back to you so you may feel beneath all motion the strong and gentle ground of being safe. You have lived with attention. You have noticed what needed care. You have practiced the art of thinking things through with patience and dignity, and that has brought steadiness to many days. Now, in this tender hour, that same wisdom can lean back, can trust the quiet to hold what the mind usually holds, can let the careful habit of watching take its own rest, as a lantern is set low and still gives a softened light. Let the language of the room become long and slow, the hush like a sentence that stretches into peace, each phrase releasing a little more, each pause widening into something that feels like a soft shoreline where thoughts arrive as light ripples and melt into the even surface. Nothing here asks for outcome. Nothing asks for next steps. All that is required is presence, and even that can be light, effortless, almost weightless. If a detail rises, allow it to grow dim at the edges to become a kinder version of itself, like a picture seen through gauze, recognizable yet harmless, a shape without urgency. If another follows, let them pass one by one, as clouds pass a quiet moon without stirring the air. The room knows this pattern. The night makes a seat for everything and then reminds each thing that sitting is enough. In the long, easy drift of these moments, you can feel how the day loosens its hold, how the spine of time softens, how the body answers by letting itself be fully supported. The mattress is level earth. The covers are a gentle landscape that forms to your shape and asks nothing in return. The air moves, if at all, with kindness, and even stillness has a hum of welcome to it, a tone that says you are cared for without effort. There is no gate to pass through and no lesson to learn. There is only the simple, quiet consent to be here, to let the current slow, to let even the wish to rest become softer, until rest itself arrives like a calm presence that sits at your side and leans near without pressing, the way comfort does when it knows it is already invited. And the night, faithful and steady, continues to hold everything lightly, while you are held within it, safe in the pause that belongs wholly to you. You have lived through many seasons, carrying responsibility with steadiness, offering care, making space for others, and meeting the days as they came. A mind like yours learned to stay alert because it mattered, because what you held mattered. And now, in this quieter chapter, there is room for a different kind of wisdom to lead. The wisdom that knows when effort can soften, when vigilance can rest, and when simply being is not only allowed, but earned. This hour belongs to that gentler knowing, where dignity remains intact and ease is no longer postponed. Here the inner space feels wide and kind, a steady room within the room, where even the smallest thought can find a gentle place to rest. The edges of things grow soft, not by effort, but by time easing open, by quiet extending its hand and holding steady. What once felt tight begins to loosen, the way a ribbon slips from a knot when no one is tugging anymore, and the ribbon simply lays itself down. There is still air here, a faint hush that speaks without words, and in that hush, stray thoughts appear like distant shapes across a calm field, softened by the space between. They are not dismissed, they are only allowed to sit, to take their place without any call to be brighter or clearer. Where they touch the quiet, the edges fade, like chalk dust settling on a smooth surface. What remains is the gentlest sense of presence, nothing more than a kind outline, safe to keep, safe to release. The mind knows this room. It has known it before, perhaps in brief visits, perhaps in longer stays, and tonight it is welcome to linger. The hush does not hurry, and so nothing inside you hurries either. Long lines of thought that once stretched ahead now fold back into themselves, tender as fabric laid over a chair. There is no need to flatten every crease. The fabric holds its own ease. You may sense how the inner distance grows, not empty, but open, a low horizon within which ideas can drift and settle without ever touching urgency. The quiet becomes a tender companion, a presence that understands how to be near without asking for shape. Even the habit of arranging grows gentle, becoming a soft glance rather than a close study. If a thought wishes to lie down, it may. If it prefers to stand at the edge and watch, the edge is broad and supportive. There is a slow repetition here, a calm cadence that rises and sinks like light in another room, steady and unforced. With each soft round of quiet, the mind's surface becomes smoother, like water left undisturbed, its small ripples evening out until there is only a faint tremble of life, a shimmer that holds everything without grip. The hush is patient, and patience is contagious. It moves through you like warmth finding the corners. Nothing asks to be solved in this space. Solutions become shapes of tomorrow, resting on the shelf where they belong, while tonight remains devoted to being. The mind learns the weight of simple presence, which is almost no weight at all. The sense of self becomes soft and sure, like a hand resting on a table that does not move. Between one quiet breath and the next, the room within grows gently larger, and then it simply stays. When a small cluster of thoughts gathers, it gathers like leaves that meet at the edge of a still pond, touching lightly, then drifting apart without a sound. The pond does not claim them. The leaves do not claim the pond. Each belongs, and each keeps its softness. In that belonging, there is room for comfort to settle, to spread like a thin, warm light across the inner floor. The air of the mind is even and calm, and distance turns kind. What felt near moves a little farther away, yet not out of reach, just out of pressure. The steady hush becomes a place to lean, and leaning becomes natural. The longer you remain in this tender room, the more the mind remembers how to be simple, and simplicity brings ease. Ease arrives like a low tide, revealing a smooth, firm shore where you can rest without deciding anything at all. The quiet repeats itself, and each repetition smooths another small ridge. The inner field lies open and untroubled. A faint, friendly darkness lingers, not heavy, not dense, only soft enough to grant privacy to each thought as it dims at the edges. If a word forms, it stretches and grows long and slow until it is almost soundless, then dissolves back into the even silence that holds everything in place. Here you are met by a steady, gentle acceptance. You do not have to shape it. You do not have to guide it. It arrives and stays, as certain as stillness, as kind as a quiet room that knows how to keep you company. The mind takes its ease and lies back. The space within remains open and warm, a spaciousness that asks nothing and offers everything you need tonight. A soft, boundless quiet, tender and sure, where resting is the only task, and even that becomes effortless. There is a sense now of being carried, the way a careful season carries its own quiet rhythm, steady and unbroken, and all that has been gathered through the years begins to rest with a gentler weight. What once needed swift hands and close attention can loosen, not because it is less worthy, but because it has been tended well, and the tending itself can lean back into ease. The night understands this resting wisdom, and it holds the room with a kindness that expects nothing. You move through this tenderness without effort, not stepping, not choosing, simply being met by calm that offers itself as a soft, unending surface. The air is even, the shadows are friendly. A low, steady hush fills the spaces between thoughts, and the longer it lingers, the more it becomes a quiet foundation you can trust. Slowing down is natural here. It is welcomed. It belongs to this hour the way still water belongs to a sheltered cove. Dignity lives in this stillness, a quiet dignity that does not seek attention, that does not need a sign to declare its presence. It shows itself in the way the body settles and the mind allows. It shows itself in the gentle agreement between your presence and the room's soft steadiness. The night lifts what you have carried, not away from you, but into a hold so accommodating that the weight becomes easier than breath. You do not have to demonstrate anything. You do not have to earn the soft ground beneath you. Rest arrives because it knows this is a season of ease, and ease is safe here. It comes as a warm, patient guest who has learned how to sit without asking for stories, without asking for conclusions. It understands that simply sharing space is enough, and so it shares, and the sharing feels like comfort finally given time. The narration of the room thins in the most tender way, not fading out, only widening, giving you more space to drift without leaving you. Words grow longer, like lines that reach toward the edges and then soften, and between them the hush grows generous, a gentle field where quiet gathers and lingers. You are accompanied always by this steady presence that is neither loud nor bright, only certain and kind. Somewhere at the edge, there is the faintest sense of distant wind, not a call, not a signal, only a soft assurance that the world continues in its own even manner, far beyond the walls, while here everything is calm. The room answers with its own small music of stillness, the fabric of the night settling into folds that know your shape. It is a comfort without language, a nearness that does not press. If a thought tests the air, it finds the air forgiving. If a memory steps across the inner floor, it finds the floor patient and unmarked by hurry. The gentle habit of care that has lived with you for so long now takes its rest beside you, set at ease by the understanding that this hour asks nothing, seeks nothing, proves nothing. It offers you a level ground where simply lying back is the measure of belonging. And so the season of ease unfurls, carried by night, carried by the steady kindness that needs no name. The inner horizon lowers and expands, and time draws out into a soft, uninterrupted thread. It is not a path, it is not a plan. It is the simple presence of night holding all things lightly. You are held within it, and that holding is enough. Let the cadence continue to lengthen, each phrase releasing a little more, each pause widening as though the room itself is breathing in a way that you can trust without matching it, without even thinking of it. The hush grows round and deep, a gentle cradle that keeps you close, while allowing every edge to soften. The quiet knows what to do. It will keep you company as long as you linger, steady and warm, easing thought to the edges where it grows dim, easing the body into the level comfort that waits, patient and sure in this safe, unbroken night. Now the lines lengthen and soften, and the edges of thinking grow quiet, as if each idea has found a place to rest and no longer leans forward. The night holds steady. The room keeps its warm hush. Words themselves begin to stretch into the gentle distance, and between them, space opens like calm water, smooth and without demand. Thought moves the way a faint breeze moves through leaves that hardly stir, a touch so light it becomes part of the stillness. What was once near now settles a little farther back, not gone, simply resting in a kinder light. The mind remains present, yet it eases its hold, and the hold becomes no more than a soft meeting of hand and surface, simple, sure, and unhurried. The quiet deepens in small natural steps, the way evening deepens in a familiar room, every shape known, every edge softened. A distant hush, almost not there at all, lends the background a tender weightlessness. You are kept by this, cradled by the even tone that needs no answer. Each breath of silence widens the shore where thought can touch and fade. If a thought rises, it lengthens, grows lighter, and drifts to the margin, where it becomes a pale outline and then a trace. If another follows, it finds the same gentle path. The mind does not search, it does not sort. It allows the soft drift, the slow widening that feels like calm weather settling for the night. The covers hold their easy shape. The air remains even and kind. The voice stays near, steady and warm, though lighter now, as if speaking from a soft distance that still feels close. The cadence draws out, each phrase releasing just a little more, and in the spaces between, a tender hush gathers and stays. There is no figuring here, only the spacious permission to be, to let thought lie down and rest. The room knows how to keep you company. The drift continues, simple as a long exhale that never needs to end, carrying the last bright edges into the dim, friendly background. The night holds all of it, and you are held within the night's gentle care, unhurried, unburdened, and safe in this timeless dark that asks for nothing and offers only ease. The hush grows wide and round, and the words grow softer, thinner, as if wrapped in the same quiet that fills the room. The steady presence remains, near and kind, yet it loosens the weave, gives you space to drift while staying with you. A faint, far sound of the world, barely there, leans at the edges and then settles back. Everything is simple now. Thought turns to gentle tone, then to a calm blur, then to the quiet itself. The covers hold, the air rests, the night carries. The voice is here, warm and low, and it eases into longer spaces. A soft companion that keeps watch without asking you to listen. No ending is needed, only this even, tender dark, only this safe and open